two things that make this track special from apart from all the other tracks. Will I be pulling for Aemeath? I'm sorry. They had to rerun loop right now, so probably not. Yeah. Wait. I think that sounded like an up. No. I can't really hear the bass note as you can hear the. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. That part of the song, love that part. Because first of all, number one, what's awesome about that part is the melodic construction. Because we are approaching the climax of the song, right? Like whenever your melody is like a shape, right? It's like you're drawing a mountain horizon contour. Whenever you go to the height, the most noticeable part is of course going to be the highest note. That's the peak of the melody. So no, how they approach that one is like when you're climbing up. I think that could be a reflection to Aemeath's condition, but we're not going to go that deep. Maybe for another time. It's going to take also an hour or something. But what's beautiful about that is that when they were climbing to the higher parts of the melody, we're moving in like smaller steps because like starting off the steps are like pretty wide, right? It's a pentatonic scale. Yeah, that's just a pentatonic, pretty wide scale. Sure what chord is that, but I'm assuming it's a G7. It sounds like a G7. No, wait. Sorry, just so used to G7 going to C minor, but it actually goes back to A flat. Yeah, so you see, we hesitate a little by going back. That's like a half step. We hesitate, we go back, but then we jump up. Something like that. I think it goes like okay, I think it goes into that dim. Finally go to C minor. I'm gonna assume it's an F. It sounds like a F minor. Are we back in A? Yeah. So what do you know? The first note of the melody is major 7. When does that happen in like pop music? Actually, quite often. Forgive me. Let's go. Alright, this is a transition to the second bridge. I like that. We're doing the 4, but in this case, I think we're treating the 4 like a 1, because like a common way to use the 1 is like you know the like the pop song. Basically, use the dim version, diminished version of the 1, and that's what we're doing here. Essentially, we're using the 4. Also, the interesting note, the melody note, is the 6 of the 1. So. Touch also the 7, and then I love like the next chord. The next chord is dim. It's the same chord, but it's like a dim. Major to dim is like one of the best transitions. Just you feel the motion because it's adding, like, it's squeezing up the notes, right? It's adding tension. Like, that's my favorite part because it builds the tension. It builds the tension up until the climax, unlike the 3.0 Lahai quests, where there was not enough build up to the climax. But we're not talking about that. Oh man, so good. And I like how the next part, actually, it doesn't. You're gonna think that tense G there is gonna resolve back into like A flat, right? But no, we don't resolve anywhere. We go to like a stray chord. You hear that? That's a blue note. All right, let's go back to that. It's like a very beautiful chord change, but it's something like that. But it feels like a major 7. No, like a 7. I don't feel like that is noticed. Right, you'll hear that. Love that. Just love that. Suspense. Absolute suspense is when you just like drop off on the 5 chord. Because like this obviously is not final, right? It's not going somewhere. And what's the best thing to do with that? Just leave it hanging. Leave it hanging. Just hang it. Silence. Oh, I like the visual too. Actually, on the video, it's showing like the video showing the void. I think it was the Trinodian of that region is the void. Oh, man, this is peak on so many levels, dog. Man, like the last time I heard that that flatted six on some song was like it's actually pretty emotional. I wouldn't call it blue note. You know, blue note is when you drop like the fifth, or I don't I don't know a lot of blues actually. I never played blues, so but I think it's when you drop the third or something, and then also when you drop the six, like that's it sounds like a blue note. I mean, because the non-blue note is that would be pretty mid. So I don't know why, but that's pretty emotional when you flat the six. Yeah, flatting sixes are pretty emotional. What do you know? Because like flatting the six is the basis of like the most basic modal interchange chords like C to. You know, flat six, flat six. Oh, just let it go.